The Albert Gonzalez story explained. A crime scene without sirens. At 3:47 a.m. in July 2003, Miami Beach is quiet in a way that feels artificial. The nightlife is burned out, the tourists are asleep, the streets are empty enough that a single moving vehicle becomes noticeable, not because it's loud, but because it doesn't belong. A black SUV moves through the darkness with purpose. No flashing lights, no sirens. This isn't a show of authority, it's a surgical operation. Inside the vehicle are 4 federal agents wearing body armor. They're not chasing a suspect, they are arriving at a destination already chosen. A cheap motel off Collins Avenue, 2nd floor, room 212. This detail matters because nothing about this arrest is dramatic in the way crime movies usually portray it. There's no chase, no negotiation, just certainty. The door is weak, hollow wood, a low-quality lock. It was never meant to stop someone who knows they're coming through it. Inside the room sits a 22-year-old man hunched over a laptop. He looks like thousands of other young men in America at that exact moment, tired, caffeinated, surrounded by junk food and electronics. 3 cell phones lie on the bed, a bag of Doritos, empty Red Bull cans stacked carelessly. But this is not a gamer. This is not a college student pulling an all-nighter. Online, he is known as Supazi. His real name is Albert Gonzalez. When the door explodes inward, the transformation is instant. The room turns from ordinary to chaotic. Wood splinters scatter across the carpet. The laptop crashes to the floor. Albert reacts on instinct, lunging toward the bathroom. But instinct isn't enough against preparation. 2 agents tackle him before he can take 3 steps. His face hits the carpet. His hands are forced behind his back. The arrest is clean, fast, efficient. Albert doesn't scream. He doesn't fight. He doesn't plead. He lies there breathing hard, because in that moment, his fear isn't about prison. His fear is about leverage. And almost immediately, he realizes something else. He has it. Albert Gonzalez knows names, he knows passwords, he knows where servers are physically located, which countries they sit in, which networks they connect to, and who controls them. In his head exists a working map of the underground economy of stolen credit cards. That information is more valuable than his freedom. And lying face down on a motel carpet, Albert makes a decision that will define the next decade of cybercrime in America. He is going to talk. Not because he's scared, not because he feels guilty, but because he has just figured out how power really works. 2. The origins of a hacker mind. To understand why Albert makes that decision so quickly, you have to go back, not years, but decades. Miami, Florida, 1991. Albert is 10 years old. He lives with his parents in a modest house in a modest neighborhood. His father works long hours. His mother keeps the home in order. There is nothing remarkable about their lives, their street, or their routines. Except for Albert. For his birthday, his parents buy him a computer. It's basic even by early 1990s standards. A beige IBM clone, green text on a black screen, no graphics, no internet, no glamour. Most children would treat this machine as a toy. Albert treats it as a puzzle. Instead of playing games, he takes the computer apart. He wants to know how it works. He removes every component, lays the pieces across his bedroom floor with precision. Chips, wires, boards, connections. To his mother, it looks like destruction. She yells at him, convinced he's broken something expensive. His father shakes his head, expecting disappointment. But Albert puts it back together, and when he turns it on, it works better than before. This is the first critical pattern in Albert's life. He does not accept systems as finished objects. To him, everything is improvable. Everything is reversible. Everything is understandable if you go deep enough. By age 12, he's writing programs. At first, they're simple, text-based games, calculators, basic automation scripts. But his interests evolve quickly. He begins writing programs that probe systems instead of entertaining users. By 14, he's inside his school district's computer system. Not to improve his own grades, he doesn't care about school, but other students do, and they're willing to pay. $20 to turn an F into a B, $50 for a complete transcript overhaul. Teachers notice something strange. Students who never studied are suddenly passing exams. Administrators investigate. They search for copied tests, stolen answer keys, cheating rings. They never consider the computers. They don't understand them. Albert does. This is another defining pattern. Authority often investigates the wrong layer of reality. Albert learns early that people look for physical explanations in a digital world. By 16, Albert discovers the internet. Dial-up modems, bulletin board systems, IRC chat rooms. For the first time, he finds people like himself, outsiders, system thinkers, individuals who see networks not as tools, but as landscapes to be navigated and exploited. Here, Albert learns the true mechanics of hacking, not movie-style brilliance, but methodical manipulation. Social engineering, convincing people to give up access. Network infiltration, finding weak entry points. Packet sniffing, quietly watching data move. SQL fundamentals, understanding how databases really work. This isn't chaos, it's language, and Albert becomes fluent. 3. The Internet changes crime forever. By the year 2000, Albert is 19 years old. He has no high school diploma, no college degree, no legitimate job prospects. But he has something more valuable: timing. The Internet is exploding. Amazon is selling books. eBay is selling everything else. Millions of ordinary people are typing their credit card numbers into websites without understanding what happens next. Names, addresses, card numbers, expiration dates, CVV codes. All of it travels through wires and gets stored on servers protected by security systems that were never designed for this scale. Albert sees what most people don't. Every transaction creates data. Every system has a weakness. Scale turns small crimes into massive ones. Before the internet, credit card fraud was limited. Pickpockets, waiters copying numbers, dumpster divers searching receipts, one card at a time. The digital age changes that equation. Now, one intrusion can yield thousands. One vulnerability can expose millions. An underground economy forms rapidly. Hackers steal raw data. Carders buy and resell it. Cashers turn numbers into money. Each specializes. Each carries different risks. Albert starts as a carder, buying stolen credit data from hackers in Russia and Ukraine and selling it to cashers in the United States. But the system is unstable. Scammers scam scammers. Trust doesn't exist. Someone needs to organize the chaos. That organization becomes shadow.